a real grippy grip glove. Yeah? Because if you had like fleece gloves or something, your hand could slip on the shaft of the lance or the sword. Yeah? And we don't want them falling off. Okay, so the grip is a good firm grip. I'll show you one of these. Yeah? Hand wrapped fully around, or get the point of balance. Oops, I've got it backwards. Right. So find the point of balance. That takes a little bit of moving around. Yeah, obviously if you had your own lance, you would do this on the ground. You find the point of balance, go back a couple of inches, yeah, and you'll feel the point just naturally drops to the ground. Happy with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't allow your wrist to do too much bending. Yeah. What you're going to need to do now is you're going to put your thumb on top, yeah, and a good firm grip of the lance. Yeah. Because you have got to have a firm grip when you hit the peg. Or what's going to happen if you haven't got a firm grip when you hit the peg, you're just going to do that. Yeah, and your hand's just going to slide down the lance. Okay, even if it doesn't fall off it. So what you're going to do now is go to the position of carry lance. So just bring the butt of the lance up onto your right toe.
I can't feel my toes.
You can't feel your toes so they're frozen off. Okay, and then just sit up, yeah, and you're in the right position. Yeah, that's just a safety position, so that when you're in close contact with other horses, yeah, lining up, waiting to start, all the rest of it, riding to the arena and all the rest of it, it's safe. The sharp pointy thing is upwards. What you're then going to do is bring the lance to trail lance. Imagine the horse's ears are about here, that's it, and your little finger goes, feel for where about the seam of your breeches or your jeans are, yeah, and just allow your knuckles to actually sit in and on. Yeah, that's good. Can you feel how nice and firm that is?
Yes.
Yeah, and you're actually using your hip to take the weight of the lance. That's why it was done, so that you weren't actually just trying to hold it and your arms getting tired holding the lance. Because on a military operation there could be a trail lance expecting action for a couple of hours. Yeah? So they wouldn't be riding around like they're on a parade. They'd have their lance ready to use. Yeah, and that's what it is. Trail lance is a ready-to-use position. Yeah, but to make it easy for the rider, so your arm is actually not knackered from holding a lance, yeah, you actually rest on your hip. Yeah, and that keeps it nice and steady. And if it does start, the point does start wanting to rotate to the left, you can just put your thumb to the left, but don't worry about that for now.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep your thumb on top. Yeah, because you've got to remember to put it back there then. What we're now going to do is the salute. So you're going to bring the lance up, salute, and back to trail. The judge has gone, yeah, you may run. This is all about making sure that the line is clear. Yeah, that there is no one from the ground crew going, oh, hang on a minute, I'll just fiddle around with this peg and get it back in, as you and your horse decide to start at walk factor 10 down the line. Because that could be very dangerous, yeah, and it is the judge is the person who tells you it is clear you may run. You may be disqualified if you ran without the judge saying you were clear to run, yeah. In some places like the internationals, they actually have a bloke with a flag, and only when the flag is dropped may we run. That's an even safer system, yeah, because it's easy to see. It just means, yeah, the line's clear. The old British way of doing it was literally that you got a salute back and then you could run. Well, that's okay, yeah, and in a military sense it makes sense, but you've got to hope that the judges are watching you and the ground, and you're watching them and your horse isn't facing the wrong way and all the rest of it. If you know that if the flag's up, you can't run, if the flag's down, you can run, it's even safer. Yeah, so you've been given permission to run, galloping position please. So lance still at the trail, galloping position, nice and low over your horse. Yeah?
Except like that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and what you're then going to do is bring the lance to engage, which is here with your thumb up a bit higher, and into your shoulder as if you're going to punch someone. Yeah, your weight should be transferred onto your right stirrup iron, yeah, and you're out the right hand side of the horse, because that's where you're going to need to reach. Yeah, if you do all of this as you're galloping anyway, and then you're out, and then you're just up and out, that's easy. Right, don't cock your wrist inwards, keep your wrist relatively straight like that. Now punch forwards.
Yep.
So I'll say punch when we're doing the drills.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're lining that up with the peg.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you drop the point in time so that the point will hit the peg. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you're going to need to lean down. So your hand is about, depends on the size of the horse, etc., size of you, about 6 or 8 inches in front of your right boot. Okay, so you get into that position,
Yeah.
and then what will happen is that the point will embed in the peg. You lock and lean on it almost, and it will go whoosh, back. It will pull the peg out, spin up to there, that's good. You're looking under your armpit, which is correct. Can you feel your whole body is sprung?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, now just sit up straight and push your arms straight forwards. Don't cock your wrist, don't move your wrist, just whack your arm forwards
Okay.
to there,
Okay.
and then drop into the trail. The reason I say don't move your wrist is because at this stage especially, if you start moving your wrist, it may just suddenly start turning back round. Yeah? And that move, if you keep your wrist locked, there's no danger of it over-rotating, yeah? No danger of you losing points or indeed it being dangerous. Then you sit up, rein the horse back, wool pony,
Good.
yeah? Or stop, you lunatic!
Yeah.
Whichever one you're doing.
Whoa!
Yeah. Whoa, oh my God, it's a head show, we've stopped. Or whatever. Or I hope it don't jump that iron gate. Or whatever arena you're at.